Incredible scenes in Tour de Hongrie over the last 2 days. The wind and weather has played a big role in this race with crosswind splitting it. This was the Queen stage, the hardest GC stage. They did laps of a 2K 9% climb in Pech, which was, it was going to be for Cosnefroy, for Platt, for the punchers, for the real GC guys in this race. Cosnefroy just had to defend because he's taken loads of bonus seconds in this race so far, and he's ahead of Platt. We had a breakaway with Sprinter, Canter, Söderqvist, who's a big rouleur, but he's got a bit of punch about him, and when it's bad weather, cold weather, rain, the big guys, especially from Scandinavia, maybe they can pull something out that's unexpected. The weather got really bad, heavy rain, 55 Ks to go. It's under control. You see Kel talking with his Jayco teammates. It's 1:55, 2 minutes, no problem to the breakaway with Söderqvist. Quickstepper pacing this descent, and O'Brien slides out. Very heavy crash for him. Hope he's okay. Lampard also crashed in that descent, I think. And UAE controlling, and then all of a sudden we see Perikas, the small climber, smashing. 4.2 Ks to go. They cancelled the last lap, and they got one climb left. The breakaway had 3 minutes. Söderqvist, as he showed in Valencia last year, he is not just going to lose 3 minutes on one 5-minute climb. We get to that climb, and Plapp starts to attack, and Cosnefroy was under pressure. This day and today, he was under pressure, and then Plapp's looking at him like, it's your GC. You're in the leader's jersey, or Merlier is, but he's effectively in the leader's jersey. Plapp attacks him again, stops, looks again to Cosnefroy. It's 750 meters to go. Cosnefroy's got a pull here. The problem was he was on the limit because, 40 seconds to Söderqvist. Söderqvist is on 20 seconds behind Cosnefroy in GC, so Cosnefroy had to shut something to put himself into play. He doesn't. Söderqvist wins the stage. Cosnefroy wasn't bluffing. He couldn't even take third for the 4 bonus seconds. Söderqvist wins by 40 seconds to the main GC group with Plapp and Lecef, and then GC is turned on its head. Söderqvist 40 seconds ahead of Cosnefroy. Platt 12 seconds behind him. Lecef on 56 seconds. The GC time stood. Here's what the Swede had to say.
What do you think about the lap and the whole situation which went down? That first they said you're going to take the whole circuit four times. Yeah. Then they cut it before the climb. So it was obviously an advantage for you. But how it went down? How did you know?
Yeah, I always heard that the gap to the bunch was still maintaining quite well, and we could always take time in the downhill and then lose a little bit on the climb and so on. And for me, I was fully set to do the last lap also, and it was more of a stress for myself to hear just before the last climb that we are going to finish now. It's because I thought about my colleagues in the breakaway. I didn't know how much they had left and so on. So it was more of a stress to also put the bullet there, but. Of course, it helps it a bit, but I wanted to believe in everything today.
So the next day we had wind again, 64 kilometers an hour northwesterly. It's a light puncher stage. It's not that hard. We've got 4 reps of a 2K 6% climb in the middle, but it is a sort of uphill drag sprint finish. And Trek were controlling. There's nothing breakaway there. I think the best place breakaway rider was on like 1:40, 2 minutes roughly. NSN start the pace, trying to set up Chris Nylands, I think. Because no one wants to sprint Tim Merlier. At least you shouldn't want to sprint Tim Merlier, even though it's been a hard few days. Suddenly we see them sprinting for a corner. We all know why. Because there's crosswinds coming. We see a large crucifix in the background, perhaps an omen of what's about to come for a few of these riders. Cosnefroy, Plapp right in position, trying to split it. Molano's there. Perikas is there. Söderqvist is not in good position. He got waved back a little bit. He had to fetch himself and move back up because Plapp, Cosnefroy, UAE ascending, and Ormazel was there, I think, for a time, but maybe got shuffled back. And UAE split it. Astana on the wrong side of it, Merlier on the wrong side of it. Söderqvist the last to make it. Maybe Ormazel made it here, but then UAE keep the pressure on with Perikas. Maybe Cosnefroy did too much here. Like Perikas, very impressive in the crosswinds for his size. Platt smells blood in the water. I mean, Platt was very good in the UAE crosswinds. See Cosnefroy getting run off the road and even getting dropped at points or under pressure. Platt looks back, sees the group. He's just put them in the gutter. So he goes out wide. He lets them pace. But then when he pulls out, he sees Kosnefra right here. I think he sees him suffering. He sees him on a gap. So he goes back to put it in the gutter again. And it's Sverchek there, not Le Cerf, but for Soudal Quickstep, by the way. So Plapp attacks again. Milano's looking after Kosnefroy. But then we see a crash of Söderqvist. We don't really know what happened. Chaos everywhere. And I think there's the wave as Plapp moves across. Perikas panics. He grabs a bit of break. And Söderqvist gets chopped. Kosnefroy just avoids it. So it looks like disaster for Söderqvist. He's made the front echelon. He's leading GC. Plapp and UAE and Kosnefroy are now riding away. The problem for Kosnefroy was Plapp, Sverchek, and Neyland straight drop him. He cracks here. He gets caught by the peloton just behind. And now it's Luke Plapp. So it's gone from Kosnefroy, I said, was walking this race. Söderqvist gets very fortunate with the weather and how they managed yesterday. And now after UAE crash Söderqvist unintentionally in the echelon, Plapp is wandering away, perhaps with the GC lead, but UAE help pace. Söderqvist takes over, Mollema, his whole team chase. It's all flat to the finish now. And the problem for Plapp as well is Neylands and Sverchek were playing him. So Sverchek, you got Merlier behind, Le Cerf's in GC. No way he's going to help Plapp pull him to the line, so he starts attacking him. Turnesson's waiting for a sneak attack. You'll see him in a second. So Plapp gets dropped. Söderqvist brings him back. It's only 2Ks to go. So we have no idea what sprinters are in the group, who has anything left to control again. Turnison uses this kicker here after UAE tried to lead it out to sneak across to those guys. Neylands and Sverchek get to his wheel. 1K to go. And that Plapp echelon move is still not caught. Neyland still attacks one more time under the Flamme Rouge. And we see actually UAE getting into position to lead out one Sebastian Milano, I suppose. We've got Gaviria here surfing. Merlier's in that green points jersey. And it's Dainese. The signing for Quickstep this year, up in this uphill drag. Dainese goes for the reverse lead out. Gaviria duly obliges by chasing him, launching early. And Merlier, I think he wanted Dainese to win. You can tell. He was looking, how long's left, who's around me. He was going to stay in Gaviria's wheel if Gaviria wasn't going to catch him, but Gaviria forced his hand and he had to. Again, not that he wanted to, but yeah, Tim Early, he just has to win. He has to do the business. He wins another sprint. Renard second. Söderqvist defends GC, which he never would have expected to win, I suppose. But yeah, Merlier ahead of Renard, Gaviria, Dainese, Kanter, Reisberg, Oliver, Borgo, Bessiger, Arvinautu. The talented young Greek sprinter actually is quite good on the Conti circuit. In terms of GC, the big upset confirmed. Söderqvist wins 40 seconds ahead of Kosnefroy. So actually no changes in GC pretty much today, but very entertaining stage. It was on a, very finely balanced until the last 3Ks. Hope you enjoyed the videos and see you with the next recap. Ciao, ciao.